What's poppin', y'all? Today we're gonna be tackling this difficult, polarizing subject. The Warriors versus the Rockets. Yeah, these conference finals, these Western Conference finals, man, it's heating up. It's heating up, and there are some interesting dynamics that I know y'all don't know about. I'm about to blow y'all minds, okay? So stay tuned. But before we dive in, make sure you subscribe for more NBA news, commentaries, predictions, because you know, nobody gives out this information like I do. This is exclusive for the Splash Squad. Let's dive right in. Alright, so the Rockets versus the Warriors, guys. I know a lot of people might think the Warriors, duh, like that's not really a question, but I went ahead and asked you guys on the YouTube community tab. First of all, if you're not subscribed, you would not have seen that. That is tragic. You gotta get on that, subscribe. Simple. But I went ahead and asked you guys, who do you think will win the Western Conference Finals? And 191 of you guys voted. Thank you guys so much for voting. I'm gonna do this more often so that I can include y'all opinions in these videos, because this is a squad, you know? It's not just me. I'm not Splash Squad. My name is Caitlyn, by the way. Some of y'all call me Splash Squad. I'm not. I don't know who that is. That's all of us. You feel me? So y'all are now included in these videos. So subscribe so you can actually answer these and be aware of when I post them. But I want you guys to guess, okay? 52% said one team and 48% said the other. It was close. Who do you think won? I'm gonna give you some time to think. Time's up. Now, the Rockets actually got 52% of the vote. Warriors only got 48, guys. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that surprised me. Definitely thought the Warriors would get a lot more of the vote. I definitely just expected them to win. Okay, I did not expect y'all to put the Rockets. So maybe I just have less Warriors fans in the Splash Squad, you know? Hey, I don't know. I don't know, I didn't convince y'all to do that. But I can definitely see where you guys are coming from, and let me tell you guys exactly why. There is one statistic that isn't a real statistic. There's one element, one dynamic of playoff series and just about the NBA in general that isn't a statistic. What is that? That is hunger. Passion. And the Rockets definitely have more of that. Off the bat, let's just think about it, okay? They're a team with a lot of guys that don't have any rings. They have no rings. Their hand looks just like mine. No rings on it. Now, the Warriors, they have a couple rings. They're chilling. They're chilling. They have one of the most talented rosters ever assembled, if not the most talented roster in NBA history. And they're coming off of multiple championship wins. They're chilling. They're cool, calm, collected. They got their star point guard back. They're like, what's up? You know? But the Rockets, that's not the case for them. They're clearly more hungry. And this is not something I'm making up in my head. Like, literally, they've said this. I love this, but the Rockets GM actually said that all they think about is beating the Warriors, and they're super obsessed with taking them down. I love that type of hunger and passion and fire. Y'all know that's the type of fan I am. You guys know that. That's why some of y'all have problems with stuff I say, because I'm just so passionate. You know, some people are, you know, well, whatever the best team, and I just really want, you know, peace, love, and harmony. Like, no, we're here for bloodshed, cutthroat playoffs. Okay, I don't want everybody happy. We gotta get these, I wanna see a war, all right? And when I see the Warriors answering questions, they're answering stuff like, well, we're just trying to go out there and do our best, and it's real political answers. It puts me to sleep. I really don't watch their press conferences like that, like I watch other people's, because they're not even that interesting. Like, they are so political. They don't have that fire in them. Clint Capella was asked this after a Warriors game. They beat the Warriors, and they went up 2-1 in the series, the season series. And he just straight up said, look, we're better than them. We're better than them. I don't know if that's true, but I was like, all right, Clint, you know, stand up for something. Say something real. Don't just be, well, we're both very great teams with great rosters, and individually I feel like, oh my gosh. And now, of course, Draymond Green had to respond, and he said, we don't have to run around talking about who we want to beat and who we're focusing on beating. Like, we're just trying to win a championship, and whoever stands in our way of that, we're gonna get. Which I appreciate, you know, add a little fire to it. But the team as a whole, does not have as much hunger and passion as the Rockets do. And I think that that is very underrated. That is very underrated, because if you get comfortable, stuff can happen. Upsets can happen. With that being said though, the Warriors are such a talented team. They're so stacked. They really can be comfortable. You shouldn't ever be comfortable, but they're so good that they just don't really have to do the most. They just, you know, chill. And the Warriors beat the Rockets the last 2 playoffs in a row. They eliminated the Rockets. So the Rockets really have like a chip on their shoulder. They're trying to prove something right now. Warriors are just like, yeah, let's just get to the finals again, win again, you know, something like. But here's the thing, the Rockets have a home court advantage, all right? And that's a key that'll play later into this video. But I want to tell you guys a little bit of stats that y'all didn't know, that you guys didn't know, and that you weren't gonna hear unless you clicked on this video. So I'm glad you're here. Thank you for sticking around, because this is some interesting information here. Let's get into it. First of all, the Rockets made the most 3-pointers in NBA history in this season. 3-pointers. I thought that was the Warriors thing, but let's continue. 50.2% of the Rockets' regular season shots were 3-pointers, and 7 players drained at least 100 3-pointers. And here's something that I found very interesting. Klay Thompson himself, a splash brother. A splash brother, he said the key to winning was defending the 3-point line. Ironic, awkward, they're both 3-point teams. But he said defending the 3-point line, forcing them to take 2s, which they don't like to do because they have so many shooters. His words, not mine. Also, he said that they don't want to foul, because you know, these aren't my words at this point, but you know how James Harden is when he gets fouled. You know, he's gonna so, you know, that's easy money for him if you even touch him. You breathe on him wrong and it's fouls. But I found it very interesting that Klay Thompson said that. So their primary focus is to defend the 3-point line. Interesting. I think this is the first time the Warriors have been presented with this type of challenge, because the Cavs are not like a 3-point team. They weren't, and they're not now. The Rockets, for sure, they're shooters. They're shooters just like the Warriors. So I think this is going to be a very fun series to watch. Very interesting. Despite who wins, a lot of entertainment. A lot of entertainment. And here's the key. I'm about to reveal to you guys the key to winning this series. Listen closely. You heard this here from me first. Unless somebody else said it first, I don't know. They probably just stole it from my thoughts. But the key, in my opinion, to this series for the Rockets is, I'll tell you guys, shh. Clint Capella. You heard that? You heard it? I'll say it again. Listen this time. Clint Capella. Clint Capella. I know. Y'all might be like, how is he the key? Wouldn't you say like CP3, James Harden? No. Now CP3 did do something amazing Game 5 when he closed out the Utah Jazz. He was the first player since turnovers became a stat. Think about that. Since turnovers even became a stat, he was the first player to post 40 points and 10 assists with 0 turnovers in the playoffs. Interesting. So we already know Chris Paul. James Harden is gonna James Harden. Guys, like, that's why I didn't really dedicate a specific part of the video to them. We already know what they do. You know, you get in front of James Harden, he's gonna put you to sleep with his old between the legs, you know, rockabye baby, boom. Your ankles are on the floor, he's dunking, you're crying. You know, it's like, it's tough, but we already know that they're just gonna do what they do. Clint Capella, however, is somebody who I think is underrated. Now, a lot of y'all that are real, like, diehard NBA fans or Rocket fans, y'all probably already knew this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and run down this list for some of y'all that didn't know. Clint Capella led the NBA in field goal percentage. He was 2nd in blocks and 8th in rebounds. Here's the very interesting part. Listen closely. The Rockets are 25-2 when he scores 15 points or more. Did you catch that? I'm gonna say it again. 25-2 when he scores 15 points or more. This was, of course, just regular season stats. This was not the playoffs. I think that's interesting considering the fact that Klay Thompson and likely the rest of the team, they said that they were focusing on defending that 3-point line. You know, just like the Warriors do. When you're defending and you're really focusing on the 3-point line, you can't focus on everything else. You gotta choose like 1 or 2 things. There's no team that can perfectly lock down everything on the court. Otherwise, it's just not a thing. So when you have a player like Clint Capella down low, you gotta take advantage of that. That's the key. Because if they're focusing on defending that three-point line, he starts scoring. Don't let my boy Clint get to scoring. Because guess what? They're hard to beat when he's at his best. Statistics prove it. That's why I think he's the key to this series, because we know about these other players. We know they're shooters. Golden State themselves are shooters. They know how to defend that. You know what I mean? But Clint Capella is that person that you have to watch. And I know Draymond Green will be definitely watching him. Draymond Green's an excellent defender. So once again, Clint Capella has to be on his best behavior. He has to be in tip-top shape, doing everything right to make a difference. But if he does, I think that could be the key that carries them over. With all of that said though, you have to remember, we're dealing with the Warriors. So with all that being said, you know, I know y'all are waiting for my prediction. I believe, guys, I think, before I say what I think though, I gotta make a disclaimer, guys. Listen. You gotta realize anything can happen during this series. Okay, so I'm just gonna predict it, but you know, you never know, all right? But I think the Warriors are gonna take it. I know. Here's the reason why, guys. They're experienced at this stage of the playoffs. They have one of the most talented rosters, like I said. Even when they're down, they'll be down by like 20, 30 points. They'll come back in the matter of minutes. Like, you can never count them out. You can't. It'll be the fourth quarter, down by 20. 2 minutes left, they're now up by 58. Like, how did that, what happened? So with the Rockets being the underdogs, with being like the new guys on the block in this, I don't know, man. You gotta have that experience, and you know, they don't have as much talent, just raw talent, as the Warriors do. And they don't have that experience. Like, already against the Warriors, you need a lot of advantages. Those are two disadvantages right there. I'm not trying to underestimate CP3 or James Harden. I'm saying this probably will go to like 7 games or something. But what I will say is this: if the Rockets cannot win game 1 at home, I don't think this is going well for them, period. I don't know if it'll go to 7 games. If they cannot win game 1 at home, I don't know. Anything could happen. Once again, injuries are terrible, and that changes the whole flow of everything. But assuming all teams stay healthy, like, they've got to win this game 1. And I'm going for the Rockets, if that wasn't clear. I'm just going for them just because I'm so excited for there to be a change in the finals. You know, Warriors versus Cavs every year, like, are we not tired of that? Are y'all still, you know, y'all are not tired of that? I'm a little tired. I'm dozing off. You know, NyQuil. We need a change. And so I would love the Rockets to win. Also, Chris Paul, I'm a fan of him. I love him. If you want to check out the first link in the description, you'll learn more about him on my Before the NBA video I did on him. Check that out. Very interesting. But with that being said, I just don't know if they have everything it takes to pull it out. They have to be literally perfect. Perfect every night. They cannot afford mistakes. The Warriors, we've seen, they can afford to make mistakes. And then just come back, you know, just off of a swing of momentum, they'll come back. They can afford to make those mistakes. The Rockets can't. So, unfortunately, I go with the Warriors. But if they prove me wrong, I'll be excited, okay? That's great news. Great news. All right, I'm sorry, guys. This video was super long. If you made it to the end, seriously, Splash Squad, you're real. You're real. And if you made it to the end without subscribing, subscribe. That's weird. Subscribe. I feel weird now. You're like watching me for this long, but you're not part of the squad. Subscribe. Also, I want y'all to comment down below your prediction. Tell me why the Warriors will win or why the Rockets will win. Okay, I read and respond to all comments. Make sure you follow me on my social media so that you're aware of what's been going on, because, you know, I've been making some moves, you know? Low-key, I've been blessed by NBA playmakers, and they've been, you know, giving me these opportunities. So y'all would have seen that if you followed me. So go ahead and follow me. And click here to check out my last video. It was pretty funny. And click here to check out my Before the NBA videos. I have Chris Paul and James Harden in there. If you want to see some Rockets, I also have Nick Young. If you want to see some Warriors players as well. So check those out. It really does give you some more background about these players, and it'll really get you more invested in the series for sure. So check those videos out. Subscribe to join the Splash Squad. I'll see y'all later. Peace.